The dawn was crisp over the lake cabin, the water reflecting a calm serenity that belied the chaos Karen was about to unleash. True to form, she decided to call the cops, attempting to intervene after my wife moved into our lake cabin. Karen's audacity knew no bounds, but she had no idea that the moment she arrived, she would be confronted with not just preparation, but military authority, embodied in my wife herself. I was alerted immediately by the cabin's security system. Cameras tracked Karen's approach, while Max growled low, padding silently along the perimeter. My wife, fully aware of Karen's history of audacious attempts, prepared to meet her head-on. Every inch of the property had been reinforced, every potential intrusion anticipated. Karen arrived, phone in hand, attempting to assert authority she did not possess. "She can't just move in. I'm calling the cops," she shouted, audacity dripping from her every word. She expected fear, retreat, or compliance, but she had misjudged the situation entirely. My wife stepped onto the porch, military ID in hand, her posture calm but commanding. "This is private property," she said firmly. "I am authorized to be here. Any interference with this residence will be met with legal and tactical consequences." Karen froze, audacity meeting authority. She had expected to intimidate, but instead found herself facing someone trained for high-stakes operations, with experience commanding respect, enforcing boundaries, and neutralizing threats. Max positioned himself strategically, reinforcing the perimeter and making any further intrusion impossible. Karen attempted to argue, her voice rising in panic. "I'm calling the cops. This isn't legal," she shouted, desperate to assert control. But the moment she stepped closer, the reality became clear. My wife's presence, military credentials, and preparation rendered Karen powerless. Every action she took was meticulously documented by cameras and sensors, ensuring that her audacity would be recorded for any potential legal action. Minutes later, law enforcement arrived, responding to Karen's frantic 911 call. They were immediately presented with the facts: private property, lawful residency, military authority, and recorded evidence of trespass and reckless audacity. Karen's plan to manipulate, intimidate, and coerce had completely unraveled. She was now fully exposed, humiliated, and legally vulnerable. By midday, Karen had retreated, powerless and defeated. The lake cabin remained secure, untouched, and fully under the authority of its rightful occupants. Max patrolled the perimeter, vigilant, while my wife and I reviewed the footage, confirming that every defensive measure, every contingency, and every precaution had worked flawlessly. The lesson was clear: audacity without preparation, authority, or tactical foresight is powerless. Every attempt at manipulation, coercion, or intimidation had been met with decisive action. Karen's reckless behavior had failed spectacularly, leaving her exposed to legal scrutiny and public humiliation. As the sun set over the lake, casting fiery reflections across the water, the property, the family, and the sanctuary stood serene and untouchable. Karen's audacity had collided with preparation, military authority, and law, and been neutralized completely. The lake cabin, the family, and the surrounding property remained a permanent testament to vigilance, foresight, and decisive enforcement of boundaries. Every intrusion, every audacious attempt, and every reckless act had been defeated, leaving Karen powerless, humiliated, and fully exposed. Preparation, authority, and strategy had triumphed over boldness, proving once again that audacity without grounding in law or skill carries consequences far beyond imagination.